Welcome, Rui. Great to speak to you again, albeit it's not live, but still wonderful to speak to you. So tell me,
Same here.
firstly, how are things going in Japan with the crisis? Obviously, the whole world's been affected by it, so we can't help but not talk about it.
Yeah, I arrived in Tokyo last Friday. I'm in quarantine right now. I need to stay in the hotel for 10 days before I meet anyone. But
Oh,
the situation get
isolation. Yeah.
yeah, but the situation getting much better. I think after that it will become normal.
Great. You don't have the Delta variant in Japan, hopefully?
I don't I don't, but I think
No.
Japan
Yeah.
they have yes.
Okay, okay, yeah. It seems to be having a second round of disaster with that. Anyway,
Yeah.
moving on. Tell me how your VC firm is going. I know you invest in crypto games, correct? Do you want to
Yes,
tell
we
me a bit
invest.
about what you've been
Sure.
doing since we spoke last?
Yeah, I remember probably the last time we talked was either late 2018 or early 2019.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
the founder I'm running is called Gumi Crypto Capital.
yeah.
Just to refresh you. So it's a
Yes.
early stage venture capital fund investing in blockchain crypto in the whole ecosystem. We're not just investing in gaming. We invest in the whole
Oh,
blockchain ecosystem.
okay. Thank you for the heads
Yes,
up on that. Okay.
yeah,
Sorry.
and no worries at all. And so we invested from the fundamental layer, layer one, smart contract layer, layer two, up to application layer, and different verticals from financial services to gaming. What we cover basically all of them, as long as those companies or projects have a meaningful way of utilizing this blockchain new technology, and then they are basically our investment target, right? And
Mm,
the first fund was founded in early 2018. We closed the fundraising in May 2018. Since then,
okay.
right now, we invested in total, I think, 34 project companies.
Wow.
A lot, yeah, and a lot of doing super good. I think the famous
Fantastic.
ones you probably heard about are OpenSea,
Yep.
YGG, the Yield Guild Games,
Right.
Credo, Vega, 1inch. Um, so uh,
Fantastic.
yeah, they're doing super good right now. I think our based on the latest evaluation, our fund is about, I think, that's 13x, something like that.
Great.
Uh,
Great.
yeah, and we in the process of setting up and closing our having the first closing of our second fund right now.
Okay.
So we're very exciting about that too.
And do you invest in, obviously, you've been in Silicon Valley, that's where we know you.
Yeah,
Is it just in the US that you invest, or is it globally that you're investing?
globally, although
Okay.
I would say the majority were in the U.S., but we do have portfolio companies in Europe and Asia. I expect we will have more portfolio companies outside of the U.S. from now on.
Okay. Okay. And from your perspective as an investor, how do you see the future for the blockchain domain?
Yeah, obviously we are a blockchain thesis driven fund, so we believe that blockchain will be utilized in many industries, many sectors from now
Yes.
on. Right now, we already see the financial services side already starting to uh, boom. Right, there are
Yep.
so many players from the enterprises, financial institutions to the individuals are coming all coming into this area. NFT gaming is the second one, starting to become super hot since the beginning of this year. So I think it come with uh, starting from these two sectors with a reason where uh, blockchain combined with the cryptocurrencies, crypto assets, it's a assets nature. So when you have an asset, you want a tradable. the marketplaces enable trading. You
Yes,
wanna right, you wanna find a place to utilize the assets
of
where
course. Yeah,
yeah, and financial services is exactly the start of where you should utilize their assets, and
yeah,
digital virtual assets is a perfect thing inside of the game. So I think that's where it
right.
started. However, I would say in the future, um, I would expect this at least that the blockchain technology will be utilized in other genres too. I think there's projects doing IoT related things,
Right.
supply chain, right? I think any genre, any industries that have a um, multi-party collaboration mechanism and the trust cost is super high. The synchronization of the data among different players, those sectors will have a perfect utilization of blockchain technology.
Fantastic. And recently, or earlier in the year, I was asked to be on a panel for Tokyo Invest, and uh,
Hmm.
it was a fintech, obviously based panel for a couple of days with other global people, and I didn't actually hear very much about blockchain and crypto. So I'm just
Hmm.
wondering, how is that in Japan? Is there a big uptake in Japan? Are people open to this new technology and different type of financial asset?
Yes. First, this the whole Japan market, they definitely pay attention to blockchain cryptocurrencies. If you remember, in 2017, early
Yep.
2018, I think the majority of the Bitcoins actually was held by Japanese,
Wow.
investors. Yes,
Wow, you
but
guys are smart.
yeah, but however, since then, obviously the market dynamic changed after the market crash. The regulations become restricted. If you want to
Oh, okay.
doing blockchain related, crypto related business, you need to file for a license.
Mm,
And here in the Japan, um, the crypto insurance is still very restricted and limited. And so we see a lot of startups are actually going out of Japan, registered in Singapore,
uh-huh.
other offshore countries to build up their crypto businesses and doing the token insurance. So I think that's the current status. But I think as the other countries having more clarity on regulations, Japan definitely they don't want to be late compared with other country
Yes.
other markets,
Y
so
Yeah,
they will
they
catch
don't
up
wanna miss
soon.
out. They don't wanna
Yeah.
miss out. So,
Yes.
basically what you're saying is that at the moment it is, highly regulated and, difficult to do startups, with the blockchain and cryptocurrency, and that,
Yeah.
Singapore at the moment is a better spot for them to start off with.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good old Singapore. So,
Yes.
so tell me, what do you think is coming? Like, obviously, this crisis has really affected everyone globally, both investors and startups. Has that been a good thing for you as an investor? Have positive things come out of that? Do you think?
Yeah, yeah. So obviously, in the past 2 years, if you pay attention to this industry, the investments that VCs are made is actually much bigger than what they made in the 2018 and 2019.
Yeah.
So it doesn't prevent anything. And
Right.
blockchain and crypto, it born to be global. So because of the pandemic, we see more and more distributed teams getting together, build a project. We see people
Great.
naturally collaborate on through a DAO, through community, helping each other, build a global network. So it's
Fantastic.
a yeah, it's definitely for at least I would say for blockchain crypto, this pandemic has no impact at all. It's just
Except
do
it
it.
almost made people take more notice of it or take it more seriously. Do you think? That's what I've noticed just as being a media person watching the media. So, do you think that
Uh-huh.
people have taken more notice during the crisis of that
Um,
domain?
yeah, I think yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially when the market is getting hot, you cannot ignore it.
You can't ignore it. Yeah. When it's money, no one can ignore it, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Um, do you have any like promising startups that you've invested
Sorry,
in that you
I
feel are
lost
going to
you.
change the world? Obviously, all of them ultimately
Pimo?
change the world, but anything really big that um, has struck that you've invested in?
Pimo, sorry, I just lost you several seconds.
Oh,
Could you
okay,
repeat your
no problem.
question?
Yeah, as an investor, is there anything
Pimo?
that you see is really outstanding that's coming that you've invested in or that you want to invest in this domain?
Yeah, I lost you several seconds, but I think your question is, what's the sectors that I'm
Yeah,
exciting?
yeah, things that are like are coming in the future that we're not really using right now, but you can see coming in the future.
Yeah. So I would say at least in the short run, let's say for in the next 1 to 3 years, I still think financial services and the NFT metaverse will be the kind of the core in this
Great,
industry.
great.
And the if you look at the current financial service built on blockchain, it's still very simple. Build a AMM, a pool, and all of the designs are how to make the the pool more efficient, earning a higher yield, making users more convenient to join this sector. But if you look at the traditional financial services, there's more complicated, sophisticated financial product, the structural financial structuralized financial products. Those are not available on blockchain at all. And in order for you to actually, um, make this whole industry uh, facing the whole mass market and enable all the financial services built on top of blockchain, you will need more innovations. So I think
Right,
from now on, we will see more and more, innovations on the infrastructure side, architecture, how to make the complete sophisticated financial products available on blockchain as easy as the traditional financial services. That's something that we will see. I think that the industry like insurance people are paying attention to it, but I think
yes,
now it's not ready at all. I
okay,
think that yeah, and derivatives, derivatives is a very important function for financial industry. It's a
yep,
pricing discovery. It's balancing the spot market. So, but right now on blockchain, it's mainly just a perpetual swap. It's the simplest derivative product they can think of. Well,
right,
there's no efficient pricing model for the uh, crypto assets on blockchain. So
okay,
how you create a framework that make that happen? That's a very important thing. Well, on the NFT metaverse side, I think now it's mainly just the NFT insurance. Everybody want to issue NFTs so that they can raise money very fast and get enough.
it's sort of like the ICO craze years back in Silicon Valley. I remember our events were just packed out when the
Yeah.
STO. I mean, it became an STO, but it was an ICO to start with, and everyone went
Yes.
really mental
Yeah.
about it.
Yes, exactly, exactly. So now I think the phenomenon is you will have more and more NFT assets following on
Okay,
the market.
okay,
However, where you can use it, what's for most of the user who buy it. Of course, I would admit there are collectors. They really want those assets. That's
yeah,
I have no doubt. However, that's only a small, tiny group of people. Majority of the NFT buyers, they still is basically speculators. They expect
Yes.
they buy it now. Someone will buy it later at a higher price. That's how the
Yes.
market is working now. So
Yeah.
I would expect to see more and more uh, usable NFTs, right? Let's say
Okay.
in-game playable assets. You have a very specific utility of that NFT, and using that to give you the experience, not a just the financial returns. You want to have these assets to enjoy yourself and entertain yourself, accept the
Mhm.
specific services. Those um, things I think will be necessary in order for this whole NFT industry to sustain. And I
Right.
would expect more and more real world assets being connected to the crypto NFT because think about the real world. Every asset is a unique asset, so
Yes.
it
Yep.
should be yeah. So it's a perfect match with the NFT scheme. So how to
Right.
make that you can call it a tokenization or make that
Mm.
connectivity possible, that's also some area that I'm looking into.
Yeah, that's really interesting. It does seem like the NFT craze has really gone a bit crazy,
Yeah.
but you've helped explain the future perspective of it, and so I really appreciate that. Might
Uh-huh.
wind it up now, but totally fascinating and interesting. Always great to talk to you, Rui, and wish you all the best in Japan, and then when you're back in Silicon Valley, it'd be great.
Yeah, that'll be great. I look forward to talk to you soon.
Thank you.